Hello, teacher Skyla here with SkylaSpost.com, and on this channel you'll find videos all about teaching online to make an income from home. In this video specifically, we're going to talk about Outschool and what I made my first week, my second week, and my third week of actual teaching. So, I hope you find this helpful. I think that I want to show people both ends of the spectrum so that you can see why some people are very successful right off the bat and where other people, like with most online teaching jobs, you have to get found by parents and then get scheduled for your available time slots, and how sometimes that can take a few weeks to really get the income rolling. Now, there are videos and people are talking about their personal experiences, and there are some people that have made a significant amount of money within their first week, and that is possible. But it isn't always that case for everyone. So I want to come in on the other end. My very first week, I made $12.60. But I'm going to tell you why and what I did do and what I didn't do so that you know where these numbers are coming from. Okay? Let's get started. So it took a few weeks, it felt like a few weeks, to get everything all set up and started for me. I applied, and then it did take 2 days for them to come back and say, congratulations, we've accepted your application. Know that right now in May of 2020, Outschool's in a very big growth period. And so a lot of people are waiting 3 to 5 days to hear back. Okay, keep that in mind. That's a general number that I've seen. And so then with the background check, after that, some people hear back the same day, but everyone usually hears back within 2 weeks. I had to wait 9 days. Now, this is just something I've seen. I don't know if this is a true pattern, but a pattern I have noticed is that some people, if you've moved a lot or moved across state, some things pass very quickly and then they have to get a little bit more verification. So my background check actually took 9 days. So I was excited and anxious and ready to go, and I even wrote my first course, but I couldn't submit it yet. So my first week, what I ended up doing is I opened just a couple of time slots. It was a one-time class for half an hour, okay? Your first class that you submit needs to be a one-time class for it to get approved. It's up to you whether or not you want that to actually be the first class that you teach. I know some people want to see their students a few days for the first class that they actually teach or have an ongoing. There's a lot of different options, and we can talk about that in another video, but just know they want you to learn the system by submitting a one-time class. So if you're wanting to get approved, yes, do a one-time class. So mine was a spring themed story time. I know that story time classes are very popular, and so I thought, awesome, I'll do that. I also had some friends who were also VIP kid teachers getting started with Outschool, and we were all teaching around the same age groups, and we all had children in those age groups. A lot of my classes that I'm setting up are focused towards 3 to 5 or 5 to 7, those younger kids, which is where a majority of my kids' ages are. So my very first class was this spring themed story time. Now, I almost said VIP kid. Now, Outschool encourages you to schedule your first class 2 weeks away from the date that you list it. Once your class has been approved, again, responses can take 3 to 5 days at this point because they're hiring new people, they're growing with us. Students are growing, teachers are growing, and the staff with Outschool is growing right now. They're in a huge growth phase. So my very first class, I just wanted to get something under my belt. I wanted the opportunity to teach something so that I could work out all the kinks. And so what I ended up doing is I talked to my little group of friends and I said, is anyone interested in joining my class and coming in and giving me that chance to get started? And so I had a couple of friends sign up their kids, and then my kids ended up taking some of their classes because I wanted to see what classes look like from the parent end and from the teaching end. Now, we did this officially Everything was done through Outschool. I personally chose a few classes and enrolled and paid for my kids to attend. They did the same. And it was completely just, oh, thank you for letting me have a chance to teach your child, and vice versa. Just so you know, we all created our own accounts, our own parent accounts, our own teaching accounts, and I have the freedom to choose any teacher that I want. So I did choose some people I was familiar with so that I could see what they were doing and they could see what I was doing. So my first class it was set for 30 minutes, and I was charging $6 per student for 30 minutes. Now there's a big variety of what you may or may want to charge. That's just what I did for my first class. My thought was, if the price is lower, maybe I can encourage more enrollments. So I ended up doing my first class about 4 or 5 days after I was approved, instead of 2 weeks later. So Outschool really didn't have time to advertise it for me, but I just wanted to get my feet wet. I just wanted to start out. So what ended up happening was I had 3 students that each paid $6, and then so $18 was collected. Outschool took 30%, and I got 70%, which was $12.60. Now, I had a lot of things going on. I was still busy with being a mom. I was still busy with other scheduled things. So I went ahead and closed out everything else that wasn't booked and just taught that one class. So week 1, I taught one class with 3 students. It was just a half an hour. I got $12.60. $12.60 for half an hour is not bad. It's not bad, because you're in the $25 range for an hour if you had done that. So that's what I did, and that's why I got what I got. Okay? Just letting you know, this is my personal experience. It'll be different for everyone. That's the point of this video, that you know it's different for everyone. So my first week, which was also only 1 half hour, how am I writing this? I'll do this. 1 half hour class, 3 students. My take home was $12.60. Okay? So the next week, at this point, I only had the one class available, but I did submit some other classes. I know that between May and August, summer camps are popular. Outschool says if you have at least 3 classes, if you meet at least 3 times, and it has to be over the course of 1 or 2 weeks, you can do more than 3 is the minimum, then people are really looking for summer camps. It's something that's highly advertised and can be done between May and August. So I started writing out some summer camps as well, and you'll see that come in for week 3. So my second week, it was still just my story time class, theme spring. I taught my second class a week later. Same exact thing. There was 3 students again. I made $12.60 for my second class, and then my third class, I only had 2 students. So in that class, only $12 was collected. They took their 30%. I was given $8.40. Okay, so my second week, I made $12.60 on Tuesday. I made $8.40 on Wednesday. Okay, so my first week, $12.60. My second week, $21. Okay, now, this was a half an hour of work. This was actually 50 minutes. I edited this class to last for 25 minutes before anyone enrolled after my first day. Because with 3 students, if they weren't talkative, 30 minutes felt a tiny bit long to keep their attention. Now, if I had 4 or 5 or 6 students, which the class I said I would take 2 to 6 because I just wanted to get started sooner than waiting at least 2 weeks to start. Yes. So anyway, that's what I did. That's what I was doing. That's where I was at. Okay. So week 1 and week 2. But let's talk about the difference with week 3. So this was 30 minutes. This was 50 minutes. Again, don't edit any classes that a student is already enrolled in, and then all of a sudden it's not what they signed up for. After I did my very first class, I had no one enrolled. I went and edited it, okay? Because no one was currently enrolled. You can make some adjustments to classes after they've been approved, but just be cautious. Don't ever change a class that someone's already in that it will affect them. So don't do that. If no one's enrolled, you can make some changes. Now, week 3, this is where it gets so fun and where the numbers start going up. So I had then gotten approved for my summer camp classes. I submitted 2 story time Frozen themed classes, and I sent in 2 refit, which is a group fitness class. The reason why I did 2 and 2 is I did a 10 to 12. Oh, that's down here. 10 to 12, 16 to 18. When you have the exact same class, but you make slight adjustments for different age groups, you submit 2 separate courses, okay? So even though these are 99% the same, the difference is how I will actually instruct based on the ages in front of me, okay? So these are summer camp classes. That's what the SC's for, summer camp. And I did a 3 to 5 and 5 to 7, okay? That's what I chose to do. Keep in mind the ages are suggestions and parents can enroll however you want. I ended up having a lot of 4-year-olds in my 5 to 7 class because the time of day worked for them. It was fine. I just split it up because a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old are at very different levels, and even 5-year-olds are at different levels. So I let the parents make that call. What I did is they're all 30 minutes, 3 times. Okay? For week 3, I opened up Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I did the exact same times because if they're available at 9 a.m. my time, then they can see if they're consistently available at 9. I think it's difficult for parents if you have several days, but the time needs to be the same to keep it easy for parents. Okay, so week 3, I did these, not this. Okay, I have this coming in for week 4. It was available, but I ended up not teaching this one. Okay? So, you know, right now, I've already done Monday and Wednesday because that's how I listed it. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm doing this one. I'm doing 4 classes. They're all booked with students for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Because it's a summer camp, they're signing up for all 3 classes. Each student's getting an hour and a half. I'm charging $30 per student, and that gives them 3 half-hour classes, and I have it open for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. In a few weeks, I'm going to try Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and see if people like it. Okay? That's what I'm going to list the available class days and times and see if they like it. Because maybe people are busy Mondays, maybe people are busy Fridays. Give it a shot. So each class is getting 90 minutes within 1 week for $30. That's $10 per student per half hour. Okay, now I have 3 students in class number 1. I have 5 students enrolled, but only 4 came. I have messaged the mother and asked if I can transfer them to a different class because they already paid. They haven't written me back yet. So when I do my math, I'm only going to do the math for the 4 students who have been attending, just because there's a chance that that mother who her daughter hasn't been able to make it might transfer to a different time, and I would get paid for the dates and times we transfer her to when she comes to, or a refund might be made. The nice thing is you get paid a week after, so I don't have that person's money. Outschool does. So as long as they get things worked out in the next week, then I won't have to do anything with that enrollment money. But right here, I'm only going to count the 4 that showed, and then my 3rd class has 3 again, and my 4th class has 6. Okay, so this is how it looks. Class number 1, 3 students times $30. We're at 90 minus 30% is 84. Okay, so that's for class 1, and class 3 is the same. I'll write it right here. It's the same. 3 times $30. This is where it gets exciting. 4 times $30. We're at 120. My 70% is 84. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got distracted. Hang on, guys. Hang on. 63. 84, 63. I'm so sorry. I looked at the wrong part of my notes. I was trying to do quick math. I promise I won't lie to you. And I promise I can do math. I was just trying to make it faster. But this is the awesome part. 6 times 30 is our 180. So $126. Okay, so week 3, I'm getting $63 plus $84 plus $63 plus $126. This, guys, I'm teaching 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's only 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. In 6 hours, I'm getting $63, $84, $63, $126. That's $336 in 6 hours for my take home. $336 for 6 hours. That's $56 an hour. Now, are there people making more than that? Yes. Do I know anything about Minecraft? No. I have a good friend, and she has a handful of Minecraft classes, and she does middle school aged students, and she takes 11 students at once, and her first month was earning, I think it was like $77 an hour, working 10 to 12 hours a week. Now, is that the case with me? No. Is that how I started? No. But the fact that I'm making this week right now for an interactive fun story time with little kids, yes, please. So, yes, week 1 was only $12.60. Week 2 was $21, but week 3 was $336. Okay? This was 30 minutes. This was 50 minutes. This was 6 hours. So my price, what I'm making is increasing because I charged a different amount and I signed people up for multiple days. And then I also am getting more students for those classes. Now, when we create new classes, it might be a guessing game and we might have to adjust some things, right? I'm also adding in like a one-time for my fitness summer camp. And I'm also going to add a video so people can see. I do a format called Refit. It's similar to Zumba, but people don't know what it is. So I'm going to add a video clip of me teaching to it so that people see what it is. And then they will have the choice to either do a summer camp or a one-time class that I'm listing that they can take multiple times. I could set it up as an ongoing class, and I might do that later, but at the moment, I'm just going to have it be a one-time class, and then they can come back as many times as they want. Because some people want to come one time and try it out and see if they love you and then commit to a summer camp. Some are so excited about your summer camp that they just come in and they pay you for it. And so figure out what works for you. There will be some trial and error. There will be some weeks right off the bat and some people that you just hit it and you're doing well. And sometimes it takes a little bit to get there. Okay? And I will keep you posted how things keep going. But I just wanted to let you know what I did and why I made $12. And so I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions, comment below or email me at skylessposts@gmail.com. If you're looking for a coach, I'm happy to help you. Again, there's a link below in the comments, in the description, and you can also email me. If you have put your email in the system, but you do not have someone who you're attached to and would like my help, I can still help you. So email me, skylessposts@gmail.com. So week 1, 30 minutes, $12.60. Week 2, 50 minutes, $21. Week 3, 6 hours, $336. So I'll catch you next time.